All right, legends, what is going on with the price? We're getting this move down to a crucial level of support on the charts. We're going to talk about this right away in today's episode. Make sure to absolutely destroy that like button on your way in, guys. If you do enjoy the content, of course, I'll be going through the technical analysis. We're going through the higher time frames here. Seems like that people are forgetting about this very scary monthly either engulfing candle or a tweezer candle that has closed beneath the March open. April did close very bearish, and this is usually not a good candlestick for the next coming months. We already got a big rejection just this week with the price action coming up to $65,600 and getting that big major rejection. Guys, I'm going to go right away through the comment section. We have a lot of things to talk about here on the chart of Bitcoin. Why is this a crucial support level? I am interested in actually getting into a long position, but I'm going to remain a little bit patient. We are just testing this zone right over here, which is the lower high resistance that should be flipping into support. So I'm going to give the price a little bit of exhaustion. Let's see if the bears do get exhausted at this level. We start seeing a little bit of sign of strength, a consolidation. We want double, triple bottoms at this range. Jumping into a long position still is very risky in my opinion. I'm going to just remain a little bit patient and see if we can hold this range for the next coming hours, and then analyze the situation to see if it is worth getting into a long position. We're going to talk about the dollar index as well. Dollar index has been recovering quite nicely during the last few days, has got a significant rise, bouncing from this major zone of resistance that we did have in February and April. We just saw this big massive drop and a big recovery here. So we are hitting a resistance zone on the DXY, which is the lows here created here from the last week of April. You can see right over here on the dollar index how we are hitting this huge consolidation area that we had the last week of April. So this could be a rejection point for the dollar index. And if we are going to start climbing to the downside here in between today, tomorrow, the next few days till the end of the week, then that will be very good. Obviously, there is a chance. We are seeing the reaction here on the DXY during the last 24 hours at this crucial level that we were bouncing very strongly the last week of April. So we need to consider, hey, maybe this is going to get exhausted and start rolling down. That will be good for the markets, for Bitcoin and crypto in general. And we are hitting resistance on the dollar index and we are hitting support on Bitcoin. So could we get that bounce in the next coming hours, couple of days? That is absolutely yes. Of course we can. We're going to take a look at the liquidity, understanding here where we do have the most amount of liquidity in this range, okay, from low 60s to mid 60s, and we have more long liquidations here at the $61,000 range. There isn't much short liquidations here above us at 62, 63. There isn't that much. There is over $1 billion in short and long liquidations below $61,000. This is why I'm concerned of the price action getting a major dip to this area, something that we need to take into consideration. This is why we need to hold this range. Let's see the bears getting exhausted for the next coming hours. And of course, once we see that, then we can analyze the situation to jump into a long position. Because if we bounce very strongly from here, no doubt that the price could be coming up here to the highs from Monday, which is 65,500, and have an attempt to possibly go to $67,000, where we do have the most amount of liquidity there, looking at in between $60,000 and $70,000, right? $65,000 has a lot of liquidity. There's a couple of $1 billion right there, and the most of the liquidity is sitting above $67,000. Short liquidations, we have several $1 billion right there. And if we bounce from here, no doubt that this does look quite corrective. When we do analyze the chart here for Bitcoin, it looks very, very corrective. We're going to go through the lower time frames here and analyze the situation here for Bitcoin, okay? First of all, let's go right away through the comment section, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button if you like the analysis. If you do enjoy the content, share some love here, smash up that like button, and let's dive in straight through the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community, and then follow up here with Bitcoin pure analysis, right? If we do get the bounce, I will explain the scenarios here. I don't mind longing at a later stage if we do claim certain levels that was mentioned in today's video update, because that will show a sign of strength of the bulls, right? Now what I'm looking at is this range to hold. I don't want to be like the guy that gets into the long position at the lowest level possible, because that's trying to catch the lows. I would rather enter a little bit later, realizing, hey, this is looking strong, right? The bulls are kicking in here with the volume. So we'll explain that scenario right away in the next coming minutes, guys, what you need to see for that sign of strength. 𝗕𝗶𝘴𝗫, how are you doing? Hey, legend, zoom out and diamond hands. Happy Wednesday. Yes, sir, no doubt. Bitcoin is bullish on the long term, and it will always be bullish on the long term, right? So we're going a little bit focused on what is happening daily here, so we can look for some possible scalp and day trade setups, right? 𝗫𝗫, how are you doing? Godzilla will be the 2-time if we get there. Isla, Aditya, thanks for joining the stream. Of course, as always, hello, Adam, Shady, Shair, Oriel, Alan, hello. BTC low 50 is my guess, but over 2 months. Okay, so somebody here, Alan, is saying that we're going to go to the low 50K levels. What's up, legends? Jasuk, Birdman. Hello guys, how are you doing? Jonathan, will you add this long position in bluffing? Yes, we'll be starting to use bluffing copy trading in the next couple of days. I've been speaking to see if we can get the slot higher to 500. So I'm going to wait 1 to 2 days and then start trading there. No rush, okay, on that. It's going to be a slow, consistent, all right, trading there only on high probability trading setups. 𝗞𝗔, hello. Right, what's up? Market M, Abinya, Anikt. Hello guys, how is everybody doing? Let's go right away with the pure technical analysis. Number 58 on the like button says relief, guys. Thank you very much for the insane support. Let's dive in. First of all, this is a zone where we need to be patient, guys. We need to be patient when we do zoom in on the lower time frames. Yes, we're getting a bounce. You might think, oh my goodness, it's going to bounce from here. I'm going to miss the long. Remain patient. We are in a downtrend for the last few days. This could get choppy. It could get volatile. I would be expecting the lows to be claimed again. This is something that we need to be patient. We almost did hit that naked point of control. My bad. We were just a few dollars off. When we do zoom in here, take a look at the session volume profile, that high volume node, we kind of hitting that zone, getting some small little bounces of $200-300. We're not just quite reaching that zone. We're hitting the mountain here of high volume. I would remain a little bit patient. And like I said, if we start gaining some steam here and getting a nice solid big break up here, then I'll be analyzing the situation. I'm going to share with you what we need to see. Okay, so let's dive in on what has happened during the last 24 hours, most importantly, because yeah, we did get a rejection move, and I want to explain this, in a simple way. Why did we reject from this point? And I did actually get into a short position. We'll go through that in 1 second, and I've taken most of the profits. I'm going to close it and then look for the next trading setup with you guys here. Why did we reject from this point? Well, it's really as simple as understanding a little bit of the momentum to the upside. When we do analyze the higher low support that we were forming here, we can see how we were hitting that resistance zone. So we were forming higher lows right there. And when we do see the price action, okay, forming basically higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and get this momentum to the downside and officially create a lower low right there on the lower time frames, we know that this could be the start of a much larger corrective structure. We know that we always form either 3 waves or 5 waves in a corrective structure or in an impulsive structure. And when we break this uptrend structure, you could arguably discuss that this was already the end of 5 impulsive moves to the upside. Let me just clear this. All right, so we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. And we could speculate right over here that this was going to get another leg to the downsides. If it was corrective or was it impulsive, we're still remaining a little bit patient. It does look very corrective. Don't get me wrong here. This does look like it could find support at these ranges. I'm going to remain a little bit more patient here, understanding the downtrend. I want to see a sign of strength. I wouldn't mind getting into a long position as soon as we reclaim some levels, because why long here in this downtrend? We don't know if this is going to hold just yet, or start getting a massive pump, reclaiming some certain levels, which would be that old weekly level that has been forming good support here just on Monday. And if we do reclaim here the previous day value area low, okay, value area low right over here, and basically the low of this entire range, the low of this entire range that we formed during the last few days, it's going to be very easy to recognize that this corrective structure has finished once we get above the value area low of this trading zone. There's going to be major longing opportunities at this level if we do get a successful breakout. And this is all the way up at $63,000. We're still relatively far away from that level. And if we do break it, this will mean the end of this corrective structure, because this can no longer be impulsive, because you will be overlapping this pivot low right there. This is a huge level of support that should be turning into resistance. It did actually turn into resistance today. So if we do come up there and break through it, it's going to be a sign of strength, and we have extremely high probability that the price is just going to start pumping. And there will be time to get into some long trading setups as soon as we reclaim this huge, massive level of resistance. So this is why I would speculate here on a possible long position all the way up to the highs here from Tuesday at $64,400. And there is a very high probability that we could even break through and get above the Monday highs at 65,500. So this is kind of remain patient, only get into the highest probability trading setups, and I would be happy just to wait for that breakout. Okay, you did not long at 61,800 and you're longing above 63,000. Yes, however, this bounce that we're having right now could definitely form a lower high right there and roll back down and test the lows again. So something to take into consideration. I'm going to still remain patient. If we do come down in the next coming hours, we haven't quite hit that naked point of control. Okay, if we do hit that level in the coming hours, right, say that we unsuccessfully move to higher levels right now and we start pushing down, this is a zone, no doubt, that I would be looking for a double bottom, okay? Clearly, this is a double bottom zone if we do come back down and test the lows from the last hour. You got that huge naked point of control that has not been hit already. And if we do hit it, I would be looking here to speculate to try and catch the lows, managing risk very, very well, understanding that testing the low and getting back above, you can get into a very good long position, managing risk, and you are speculating here on the price to actually get a huge recovery in the next couple of days to start claiming these lower highs. Managing risk very, very well here as always. Let's talk about this zone over here. I did get into the short position right over here. This is something that was mentioned in the Legends trading community. It was a setup that I was looking for here yesterday, looking for this level of $64,200 range to get that drop and get beneath $62,600, giving you a nice risk to reward. Guys, if you want to join the Legends community, this is where I provide daily updates and scenarios that I am looking for. Of course, I did enter that trading setup here on 𝗬cie. Already taken most of the profits and just looking for the possibility to start longing right now as I've taken those profits on 𝗬cie. Guys, 𝗬cie, you got a great bonus down below. They do have the lowest fees available out there. So you have a great bonus if you want to start trading on 𝗬cie. And if you can trade on Bybit, you know, I would suggest Bybit. They are the most legit and they have a strong track record. And you also get a great bonus on Bybit. I still trade on Bybit, but if you cannot trade on Bybit, then obviously you do have 𝗬cie or Bluffin also with a great bonus, as they are no KYC, just with an email and a password. You can start trading there in minutes. So talking about this scenario on Bitcoin, it's still choppy. It's still moving down. I need to see two scenarios here. I need to see two scenarios. I'm very much aware that we're trending here to the downside quite aggressively. I would rather look for the lows right now, claiming that naked point of control, that high volume node that we have here from Friday, and dipping below and getting back above. That could be the end of this movement to the downside. I'm going to wait patiently to see if we test the lows once more, hitting that naked point of control, and then get the recovery. On the other side, what happens if the price starts recovering now very strongly? Oh my goodness, I missed the long position. You know, it doesn't really matter. We look for setups. We look for high probability setups. And if we do reclaim the previous day value area low, the value area low of this entire trading zone, and that weekly, it's just going to be looking very, very, very good, guys. There's going to be major long day trade and scalping opportunities to come to $64,000 and even above $65,000, right? We need to see that sign of strength for me to be confident to jump into some scalping and day trade long positions, right? Of course, this could be a swing long position. You know, depending on how you swing trade, you know, you want to get into a position right now. You have a wide stop loss. You're targeting $67,000 for the next coming days or couple of weeks. This is all up to you guys, right? I'm not much of a swing trader myself. I like to day trade and scalp, recognize the sign of strength, jump in with the trend either to the upside or to the downside, recognize the sign of weakness of the bulls and the sign of strength of the bears here, just hopping on into this short trade like was provided on the Legends community. It was just a very, very clear trading setup for me. And this was basically a day trade. This was open yesterday, mostly closed today. And then I'm looking for the next possible scenarios. Let's go right away. Hopefully you have enjoyed that explanation, guys. Just explaining what is going on here on the charts, not with too many fancy indicators, just a few levels, Fibonacci, value ranges, and that is basically it. Obviously, putting a lot of good risk management for your trading setups so you can succeed as a scalper and a day trader, right? The problem here for swing trading, like I said, you know, hey, what happens if we do come down? You know, all of these swing traders that are looking to long, we're going to hold. That you're putting a lot of hope, right? You're putting a lot of hope for a bounce. I mean, if you can manage risk, use low leverage, you got a big range here for a stop loss, and you're targeting, we're going to hit above $67,000 in the next coming days. You could speculate on that scenario, as this move to the upside from the first week of May looks very impulsive, and this does look very corrective and choppy. So, you know, there is a probability scenario that you could be holding here the $61,000 to $62,000 range here in the next coming hours. Let's go right away and go through the comment section, because this is basically the analysis, guys. There's not much to say. There's not much more to say. It's really what I am looking at to take the next decision, managing risk. I got a trading plan either to the downside or to the upside. If we do break down here successfully beneath $61,700, which is that naked point of control, there is a big gap here of no support. All right, that there is a big gap of no volume. You can see it here on the session volume profile or whatever you are using. There is a big gap of no volume. When we have fast volatile moves either to the downside or to the upside, every time the price action goes through that zone, you get a big volatile move up very fast. So this is the situation right over here. This is why this is warning. This is danger zone. We need to hold here for the next coming hours. Get that choppiness, get the double, triple bottoms. It looks pretty good. We are getting the reaction. I want to test of the low again to probably hop into the long position if it is going to be a failed move down. If we do start losing this with high volume, like I said, there's no volume right over here. There's been a fast move to the upside, and this means that it could be a fast move down to 61 and even below $60,000. So it's a really a danger zone. Anybody that wants to jump into longs here, and you're basically going to try and catch a falling knife and a V-shaped recovery. You're just going to be hoping for a V-shaped recovery as we drop below 61,700, which is that naked point of control. This is a dangerous zone to speculate on a long. You can V-shaped recovery, but that is basically going to the roulette, black or red. Are we going to bounce or not with this falling knife? That is not the way how we want to trade. We want to trade consolidations, reactions, signs of strength, and have a good, solid trading plan with good risk management. I am super interested in joining copy trading with Andy, says 𝗲𝗂𝘶𝗵𝘁. Apparently, unfortunately, we are full right now. So I am looking to get the slots up to 500. I'm going to get an answer in between today and tomorrow. Let's see if we can extend it. If we can extend it, great. And if we can't, then it is where it is, right? I'll be starting trading in the next coming days on bluffing as well. Right. Hi, Andy. We trust. We'll never bust. Smash the like button, says James. Yeah, guys, absolutely destroy that like button for the algorithm, for the support. If you do enjoy the educational content here on YouTube, technical analysis, setups, risk management, you need to smash up that like button, guys, to help me out here if you do want to see me here still on YouTube. Let's go. Philip, how are you doing? Everyone, please smash the like button. If not, I will call Gary Gensler to ask him to dump Bitcoin, says Philip. Philip, you have, all right? You have, I'm going to tell you right away. This is a surprise. Right. You have gained you basically were, you are a moderator right now. I had to say, I was trying to find some really good words to say that I want to get you a moderator. I know Philip has been following the channel for many months. He's an incredible supporter, and I've just made you a moderator, Philip. So welcome here to the moderator community, and just wanted to say that here very quickly on the live stream as we were doing the live. HBBBA, yo Andy, what's up? Clickbait is must for content creators. Yes, sir. I mean, this is a warning zone. This is a danger warning zone, guys. This is no clickbait. If we do not hold this level, I am looking for long positions. So Bitcoin drop, okay, but Bitcoin drops at a big support level. This is a very interesting zone for the price to maintain as support, and we could see the price recovering very nicely in the next coming hours. If we reclaim this zone, okay, if we do reclaim, like I mentioned before, let me just clean up the chart here a little bit. The value area low of this trading zone, which we did get resistance today. This was actually an epic short position one. This was at 5 o'clock in the morning, Dubai time, right over here. Beautiful rejection from the value area low of this entire trading zone. So, yeah, this was actually really, really good because you did get a solid move to the downside with some significant volume. Okay, it wasn't the largest volume ever, but it was a breakdown. It was a clear breakdown. Okay, when we do zoom in here on the chart on what happened during the very, very early morning today, we got the solid breakdown here, and look how we came back up here to the value area low and the previous day value area low, and got the rejection back down. So this was a solid breakout. Look at this, solid breakout, move up, back test the value area low of this trading range, and back down. This was epic for a short position. If I would have been in front of the charts, I would have entered a short scalp day trade right over there. But this was at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I was not in front of the charts at that time, unfortunately. Philip, thanks for joining as a moderator. Hopefully you going to give a lot of love here moderating the channel. Super chat mods, Singularity, let's go. I can see your super chat. Can you please take a look at Sui? Sui, very interesting project. We can take a look at Sui right away on the chart and analyze the situation on Sui. What do we have on Sui? By the way, yeah, wanted to talk about the monthly bearish tweezer candle, guys. I do not see anybody talk about this. Everybody, I'm going to take a look at Sui right away. I can see everybody talking about, on Twitter especially, about this weekly hammer candle, right? Which is very bullish, right? Usually, but we need to zoom out many times. When you have a bullish scenario on lower time frames, you need to zoom out and say, is the higher time frames providing also that this could be bullish? And when we zoom out to the monthly, apparently not. We got a tweezer, right? Big, massive red candle here closing beneath the March open. And this is a bearish candle, guys. It is a bearish candle, and you would see continuation most of the times after having this big engulfing red candle beneath the previous month open. And this usually does come up to the 50%, and we kind of came to the 50% from the previous month, almost by just $200, missing that level. Already getting a big rejection of over $3,000 in the last few days. So let's take a look at Sui. Something to take into consideration, guys. Sui, what do we have on Sui here? Sui has been absolutely exploding during the last 6 months. Big corrective move right now. We did create a beautiful swing failure pattern from this low over here on Sui from January. So when we extend this box, we got a beautiful bounce right there from the drop that we had on April. Big, massive relief rally. However, we need to understand the market structure right over here. Let's see if we do have more data on Binance. Possibly, yes. Yeah, this is much better. We got more data here. Let me just put the regular chart on. There we go. Zoom out and do some fresh analysis here on Sui for Singularity. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Let's take a look at Singularity here with a fresh, clean chart and come out with some levels and some possible scenarios. So what is disturbing about Sui is when you analyze the market structure, the parabolic run here, parabolic run was broken. It was broken here, and it created one more push to the upside. Then we had this move down. This is not too great, because when you look at the market structure with higher highs and higher lows on higher time frame, then you can obviously see that this is a big breakdown, right? This move in April was a big breakdown, and we did come all the way up here to test this big level of support and volatility basically from March, right? This big range right there was acting as big resistance, right? Look at the massive volatility that we had here in March, holding this level, and it got a solid breakdown. And all of this reaction here as support just flipped into resistance just a couple of weeks ago. So what could happen right now, looking at this movement down, we're basically moving all the way back down almost to fill the lows here of this drop. Can we still maintain this area as support. And absolutely, yes, there is definitely a possibility that this could be a test of this failed auction low right there. So you created this movement down, back up here, resistance, come back down. This area is very much interesting. This could turn out into a huge, massive double bottom Adam and Eve. I've seen it before, guys. This could definitely, it's looking pretty good. We're having a little bit of a round formation here, so we are losing steam. Okay, the bears are losing steam right there, and this is classic. I've seen this many times when we've had big drops on altcoins and some cryptos. So when we take a look at this, it does look like that we could be forming a double bottom Adam and Eve, right? This could be the start of a formation, and you could speculate that this is going to round off at this area at the $1 level, because you have a big spike to the downside, and then you're rounding off. The selling pressure is getting exhausted. You're just basically filling the wick, right? This is likely going to be a wick on the higher time frames. You're just basically filling the drop. Okay, you got a big spike right there, and you're just coming down and filling the entire drop. And it looks pretty good for the price to get a recovery. What would be the best ideal scenario here would be coming down to test the lows. Coming down and testing the lows from the drop. That is, it is a possible scenario. Let's leave it that way. If it does manage to do this and it swing failure patterns from this low, then this could be looking pretty epic for the next coming weeks to finally form that huge Adam and Eve double bottom scenario. It's definitely a possibility here that could happen in the next coming days. So if we do swing failure pattern from the lows, I would say, wow, this is a very good opportunity. If you just fill the wick, come down there, this could be a really epic swing long position for the next coming weeks. However, can we just consolidate here and start rallying? So just say that this does not manage to fill the wick. It does look pretty good for the price to actually start recovering very soon. It would still be a double bottom. You just haven't quite tested the lows from the drop of April. So the way you can speculate on this, finishing right there, is getting a move above the last lower highs just for the confirmation. If you do get above, all right, because we have been forming a little bit of a range right now. We are currently beneath the lows of this mini range of the last few days. If the price does manage, okay, to recover here and breaks above the last lower highs. Look how many 4-hourly candles we have closed here at this level on Sui, $1.15. This is going to be bullish. Getting above all of these levels will confirm that we're likely going to come all the way back up here to these highs in the next 1 to 2 weeks, right? Potentially. I wouldn't say days. I would say this is the 4-hourly chart. So this could take, 1 to 2 weeks possibly to get all the way up there with a bit of volatility. So it would be a confirmation. Look at this massive resistance zone. You break above here, close a 4-hourly candle. You are confirming that this is likely just going to start climbing up here. And you've got a beautiful round formation. So Sui looks pretty good. For the moment, just created another lower low today. Lower highs, I would give it a little bit of patience. This could still be climbing down a little bit in the next coming days. So it's a matter of being patient and recognizing what would be a sign of strength here on Sui. I would set some alerts right there because I would be willing to trade this. I'm willing to hop into some altcoins. I focus 85 to 90% of my trading on Bitcoin. Basically, you only need one asset to make significant gains by the end of the month. And obviously, I've chosen Bitcoin. But I would be willing to analyze a little bit more altcoins. And as we do analyze altcoins here with you on the stream, you can see it right there. If you get above these lower highs, and you're basically filling most of the wick here, you're just looking at the selling pressures getting exhausted, And once you get above these lower highs, it's going to be a confirmation that you're actually likely going to continue to the upside. Okay, so this is what we're looking here for Sui, looking at price action, understanding the sign of strength. We would want that solid 4-hourly close above the $1.15 level. We get a 4-hourly close here. It is game on. Those retracements are going to be absolutely epic for me to get into a possible long position. So that would be a confirmation. Or either continue to the downside and look for a possible swing failure pattern from the lows here created on the 14th of April. So I'm going to be setting some alerts here on Sui as well, because I would be interested in trading this, either a swing failure pattern from the lows of April or getting above successfully here the $1.15, which is the last lower highs of the last few days. So interested in this possible setup. I'm just going to take a look here at Sui, because I'm sure you can trade Sui on Bybit. Yeah, you can trade, you can buy spot and trade Sui on Bybit, guys. You know the deal. You got a great bonus down below. Make sure to take advantage of that bonus on Bybit. I'm sure you can trade Sui here on 𝗬cie as well, right? Is Sui available on 𝗬cie? Sui is available also on 𝗬cie. So if you cannot trade on Bybit, you have a great bonus on 𝗬cie, and it's no KYC. Okay, so just with an email and password, you can start trading in no time. That's what I'll be looking here for Sui. It looks pretty good. I like the momentum here with the price action. It's getting kind of exhausted. You can see the price, you know, not getting so much selling pressure right now and forming a little bit of a range. So that breakout here, 4-hourly candle above $1.15 would be pretty solid to look for the momentum to the upside. Philip, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is a moderator. Yes, sir. He's deserved it. He's been supporting the channel for a long time now and always joining on the live streams. So let's go here right away with, oh my God, super chats coming in here. Singularity X, Bell looking good. Let's take a look at Bell right away. Guys, you know that super chats have priority. So if you do want me to take a look at an altcoin from the comment section, the best thing is to do a super chat. I cannot get super chats and not take a look at those altcoins, right? So let's take a look at Bell here. Bell, US dollar. Woof. I like the, oh, wow, this was a volatile move that we had just a few weeks ago. What happened to this? This was a bit of a pump and dump. Stay cautious on these ones. Stay cautious on the pump and dumps. I have no idea what this one is. Bella protocol. Is it a mid cap coin, low cap coin? Yeah, it's a bit of a low cap coin, 47 million in market cap. Would be a little bit cautious with this kind of crypto. Yeah, a bit of a pump and dumpy. Does it look good right now? I mean, it is at the bottom levels that we've had during the last year, right? We're very close to this area. Not too close to the lows, but yeah, basically big pump and dump. This might go sideways. Look at this price action for the last few years. It was basically, it didn't have any trend, right? The trend was sideways. So I really would not be too interested in this cryptocurrency. If you believe in the project is good. This is basically near the bottom levels of the last 2 years. So, but look what happened. Major pump. It did a 3x, right? 4x and straight back down here. Stay cautious with this. This looks like an internal job right there. Would stay cautious. I'm really not interested in these kind of charts. Okay, really not too interested on this one. 𝗬cie, how are you doing? Have you heard of RWA GEM, Can you take a look? Absolutely. Let's take a look at that for 𝗬cie right away. RWA GEM. Let's take a look at that right away here on the chart. GFI. Guys, and a quick reminder for anybody that is new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We provide great technical analysis. That's what I want to believe. People say they love the technical analysis. We talk about crypto. We talk about risk management, technical analysis, trading ideas. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are basically in crypto and in trading, because here you're just going to see a lot of that. Okay. Let's go with GFI. What's this? What's this? Is it Goldfinch? It's probably this one, or Gravity Finance. We got 2 GFIs here. We've got Gravity Finance and Goldfinch. I'm not sure which one is it. Via Senor, let me know right away. Andy, thank you for your live stream, says Alfredo. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. We got 2 GFIs here, so I'm not sure which one is the real world assets. This one's in decentralized. We got 4 more categories. Real world assets. It has to be this one then. I guess it's Goldfinch. It should be Goldfinch, yes. Let's take a look at this one on the chart. Real world assets. It's the new narrative. Of course, well, it's actually been here on the previous cycle, of course, but we got AI, a lot of hype on AI. We got a lot of hype on RWA, real world assets. Gaming will have its hype again, no doubt. But for the moment, it is real world assets and also AI, right? Artificial intelligence. We know Render is bullish. We got Apple heavily into Render. So no doubt Render it did get a pretty significant bounce during the last few weeks from the drop of April. So Render is doing very, very, very well. GFI, let's take a look at this one right away. What is going on with GFI on the chart? Yeah, this one did get a little bit of an RWA hype during the last couple of months. Got a big bounce. Did get a significant bounce. Let's analyze the local scenarios here. On the daily. No doubt that macro, it is, very much creating higher low here very, very nicely. Let's just zoom on the 4-hourly time frame and try and understand why are we getting this resistance right now. We kind of tested the highs here, created a little bit of a failed auction. Yeah, very, very difficult to see on the charts. Let's see this range that we have formed. We've got a big range here from the last month, basically. Almost coming up to the value area high of this range and getting rejection. So no doubt that all of this zone is resistance, as it is where the volume finishes, right? It's where the volume finishes. That is where you do get the resistance, when the volume finishes right there, value area high. We're losing the point of control of this consolidation right now. So this is not looking too great. We could be seeing GFI coming to much lower levels, potentially to test the value area low again, and potentially these lows from the 30th of April. This ain't looking extremely great right now, as we are losing that point of control of the range. This was a good resistance level. You can see how it provided resistance, this high volume spike. We're currently losing it right now. Not a solid breakout, but if it starts continuing to the downside, this will not be looking quite good. If we do manage to recover back up, say that we do this suddenly in the next coming days, this will be a good sign that the price is likely to come back up here to the highs from Monday, right? The highs here from Monday, if we do get back above here nicely, this has been a failed breakout from this solid level of support. And then we are looking for this to get that continuation to the upside, to retest the highs from Monday and see if we can break through this high volume range, okay, on the volume profile. So we can see big level of resistance. We break through here nicely, then it's going to be looking pretty good for the price to continue up. I would be aware of a fake out as well. If we move up here and reject very drastically from the highs here and the value area high, this is not going to be looking great. This will be looking quite bearish, and I would entertain that this is going to come all the way back down to the lows in the next coming days, if after hitting that level, okay, and rejecting. So crucial level of resistance here, no doubt, looking at GFI, is that value area high of the range where the volume finishes. No doubt getting above this successfully, we have a high chance that we could be climbing up all the way to the highs at $6, but very far away from that scenario happening at the moment. Let's continue right away. Andrea, Got a super chat here, but no question. Bitcoin is pumping. So Bitcoin is pumping a little bit. It's getting a bit of a bounce. Let's take a look at Bitcoin right away on the chart. It is pumping back up again. So far, so good. It's not looking too bad. Looking quite good with this small little relief pump. I would still be a little bit on the sidelines. Like I said, if we do recover from here, guys, I'm going to remain patient. The clear sign of strength for me right now, we could be just testing the lower highs from today. And for me, it is still a little bit too soon. This could just be a kind of a liquidity grab from short traders that are entering very aggressively, thinking that the lower high is going to hold right there for the stop losses. There's a quick move up. If we start coming down here, then obviously it won't be looking too great. I would be expecting the lows to be hit again. So like I said, I need to see a little bit of magic here. Claiming the value area low of this range is going to be a no-brainer. This is going to be a confirmation. You will see me in a long position if we do get above the $63,000, not to worry. Of course, I would be managing risk very, very well here. But if we do get a solid breakout, I would say, okay, this is it. The corrective move has finished. We are getting above these lows. This will no longer be a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, right? This will no longer be a possible 3-wave, 5-wave structure to the downside, because we'll be overlapping this wave. We'll be getting above very strong levels of resistance, and it will be game on here to get into some long positions to follow the momentum for the next coming days. So going to remain patient still here, guys. There will be time to hop into a long position as soon as we claim this solid level of resistance. As long as we're beneath $63,000, I believe that we could come back down and test the lows. Okay, so I'm not interested just yet to jump into a long. However, we break through here, I will be hopping into some long positions. I do see here the sign of strength to come up to value area high of the range. And if we break that, then game on, right? We're going to $65,000 and $67,000 in the next coming days. Still very soon, guys. Still very soon. This has probably just been a little bit of a short squeeze right now. Just a quick little pump and then back down to claim those lows again from today. So yes, Vedant copy trading will be starting in the next coming days. I'm looking to get the slots to more people. Okay, so that will be happening in the coming days. BTC is pumping. What should I do now? Like I said, I'm remaining patient. This for me is still not a sign of strength. Okay, this is still not a sign of strength. I do see this possibly coming back down to claim the lows. If we do continue pumping, we need to break above this level. Like I said, this is the level for me to say, right, this is looking good. There's going to be plenty of room here to hop into some long positions, because the trend could be very, very strong once we get above this. This does look like a little bit of a short squeeze right there, just hopping here above these lower highs to squeeze out some aggressive short traders here that have entered a little late, right? Just a little squeeze right there. We're currently beneath. I do see this possibly coming back down to the lows, legends. You know, for me, this is not a sign of strength just yet. For me, it's simple. We need to get above this level. This will be looking very, very good for the continuation to the upside. Or come back down, test the lows from today, get that big aggressive move, boom, then recover. Then it's again, okay, I can speculate right now. This has been a liquidity grab. Now, potentially a lot of buy orders have entered the market at 61.3, 61.5 at this range. We're getting above the lows. We're getting above the naked point of control from this range. It's been a failed breakout, recognizing it's a failed breakout because the price is trading back above the level. Then we're looking for that possible recovery. Okay, so that is my game plan here in a nutshell, guys. Remaining patient. Pumping lol. Yes, well, we're pumping, but like I said, it's not... I'm still... Like I said, this could This is no sign of strength just yet. This is no sign of strength just yet. I'm curious on what the DXY is doing. Let's take a look at the DXY right away. See what is going on with the DXY. It has been pumping quite aggressively. Oh, look, it's just tested the lows here from today. And it's currently pumping a little bit. DXY has maintained a pretty solid uptrend during the last few days. So I would, yeah, this is probably going to try and attempt to break the highs again. It is in an uptrend. If we do get the DXY pumping in the next coming hours between today and tomorrow, then we will see Bitcoin coming back down. So yeah, going to remain patient, guys. I got a trading plan like the one that I mentioned during the stream. So there is a trading plan. I've explained it here. That is what I'm going to be waiting for. Double top on the DXY. Do we have a double top on the DXY? A little bit of a, not the greatest double top. I would really want to see that top being hit from Wednesday. Well, basically from today. This is the 5-minute chart. I would really want to see the movement here to the upside and create a proper double top, right? Just like this was a double bottom right there. You have a low and you come down and test the low properly, and then you get an epic recovery. So I would want to see that high from today being tested in between today and tomorrow, and then look for the double top, right? The second top didn't basically hit the level. This is why this is disturbing. I would remain patient. If we do hit the highs again in the next 24 hours and then reject, then I would say, wow, this is good. This means that Bitcoin possibly could be coming down to retest the lows again. We're retesting the lows again. We're breaking down. If this does happen on Bitcoin, right? Say that we move down now in between today and tomorrow, and the DXY goes up and tests the highs and rejects from it. That is the moment we can say, okay, double top on the DXY, double bottom on Bitcoin. Game on, guys. Game on. I would be entertaining that something like that could happen. Andy, do you know what the deal with ENA in Bybit? I have no idea. No. Tomorrow, major BRICS meeting in Moscow. Need to watch the DXY. That will be very interesting. Yeah. Regarding tomorrow, we do have. We don't have much news here tomorrow, basically. So yeah, not much news on the US for the next coming days. Let's go. Continue. BTC is pumping. It is pumping a little bit. Not huge pump. It is pumping a bit. Like I said, if you wanted to catch here this level, 61,800. It was a little bit of a risky catch. We did form a very, very local double bottom right there. So, I mean, there was a double bottom on the 1 minute time frame right there. You could have entertained right there that you could have, when you're scalping, you're testing a low. If you test that low and recover from it, you can definitely speculate in a long position right there as you're testing the low. So, on lower time frames, it was actually an acceptable scalp day trade long. You could hop into a long position here just about, around about an hour ago when we were testing these lows and speculate long position, stop loss beneath the low, got a decent recovery. Now you can be in a free long trade. I didn't manage to see this. I was getting the live ready. I wasn't in front of the charts at the time. Hi, Andy, can you please take a look at WLD and SEL? Well, we're going to take a look at one of them. We will take a look at one of them, no doubt. I just want to know your thoughts about this coin. WLD, what's going on with this one? I have no idea what this one is, like many altcoins. Worldcoin. I did see many people hype up this on Twitter many months ago. Then a lot of people calling it a scam, not a scam. I did no research whatsoever on this one. This did get a big major pump in February and March. Let's go here with Worldcoin, WOD, on the chart and zoom out and see what this one is telling us on the higher time frames. I mean, epic move here during the last few months. Let's get this and zoom out and analyze the situation. We're just about testing the resistance of a double bottom right there. We are rejecting. It does look pretty good. If we do manage to break, it is creating a little bit of a failed auction right there from the highs created on the 23rd of April. Bit of a failed breakout, not a huge solid move up. It is no doubt a level where the price could reject. If we do get that solid breakout from this zone, let's take a look at the fixed range here. It's probably, yeah, the value area low. The value area low from this consolidation in between February, March, and part of April is what is forming this big resistance right now. And you're creating a very, very dodgy SFP. It does look like a double bottom. Don't get me wrong. We're just retesting the highs. This could be retesting it again. If you do get that solid breakout and close a solid 4-hourly candle, okay, above the highs here, you can confirm that this is a double bottom, and we're likely looking for the point of control, at least, of this consolidation that we formed in between February and April. You've got that solid double bottom projected move, but we would have to see a big breakout. We're just testing that high right now during the last couple of days. This could actually be a solid move up. We're just testing the highs. It is a double bottom, but it could be definitely a failed double bottom. There's massive resistance right now. It's the value area low from the range. We're getting the resistance right there. It's failing to break through. It could roll down. It could definitely roll down. If we get a solid 4-hourly candlestick breakout here from the highs and value area high, get a solid move, this will be looking bullish for continuation to the upside. At least a test here, point of control, will be looking quite good if you do get that breakout. Would be expecting continuation here on WLD if you do get above that $6.20 successfully with a solid 4-hourly candlestick close. Would be expecting continuation to the upside. What is exactly a failed auction? Failed auction is when you have a breakthrough, okay, of a certain level. This is a failed auction basically, right over here, more than a swing failure pattern. A swing failure pattern is more when you create a wick. When you create a wick, okay, either on any time frame. So say that you have this high over here, you have got this high right there, and you get the price action moving above to the high here, and you create a wick and you close that 4-hourly candle, okay, beneath this high. That is a swing failure pattern. It's a double top or a double bottom, right? And you will be looking for a rejection. It's basically a double top or a double bottom when you test a low, right, and you get the bounce. A failed auction would be actually breaking through, and then it looks very solid. They're more difficult to trade. I want to show you an example here on Bitcoin. When we zoom out, we did create a failed auction from a breakout that we did have just a few days ago, and I'll explain it right away. The breakout here that happened on Monday. So you're basically breaking out from the highs of Sunday, right? And you would be expecting here, oh, this is an ascending triangle. It looks very, very good. You break through, you're moving down here, and you want to long the support, and it just is a failed auction. You get an epic corrective move right there. It's very, very difficult to spot, right? As soon as you start losing the highs, you know that this is not looking great and the price action could be going to much lower levels. This is a bit of an aggressive failed auction. So if you are getting into a short position here as you lose the highs, you would put your stop loss above the failed auction highs. But in this case, I would just put it above the highs, you know, above these highs, you know, give it a bit of room just in case it gets a bit of volatility. I would not put a stop loss up here, obviously, because if you are going to recover above the failed auction level, then you know that the price could actually, you know, recover back up to the highs. Failed auction is basically when you break through, you close a very solid hourly candle in this case. It looks pretty good and you're looking for a long on the retracement, but it does not maintain as support that resistance. And when you get beneath it, you already understand it's a failed auction. You're very welcome, Marder, Jasper. Always, guys, education here for the community, as always. Love you guys. It's a good coin, not a scam, says Aaron, Worldcoin. Yeah, I know, but there's been a lot of different opinions. Of course, opinion is an opinion. I did see this, a coin being called a scam before many months. Let's go right away and shall we continue? You called 61,713 yesterday. It bounced exactly from this point. Yeah, I mean, it's getting a pretty epic bounce. I did not. I was remaining a little bit patient, but I would still. Yeah, this was from today's video update as well. If you do take a look at today's video update, that didn't see many people watching, but if you do check today's video update, this is the bouncing level that was mentioned today, right? If you do go to my channel and take a look at today's video update, I kept it very simple in 5 minutes, talking about the most important levels for the price of Bitcoin to hold and get a reaction. It was mentioned on yesterday's live stream as well. When you zoom in, this is actually, I was busy. I was not looking at the charts, but on the 1 minute time frame, we formed a really good double bottom here at $61,700. When we do zoom in, it's actually an acceptable long position. When you come down and test some lows and you get back above, you can speculate on a long. No doubt. You need to be quick though. You got a few minutes to decide, right? This comes down, test the lows, you get back above, you got 2-3 minutes to decide, hey, are you going to get into a long and are you going to put stop loss beneath the low here because you failed to break the previous lows? On the 1 minute time frame, it looked pretty solid to speculate on that long, and you can manage risk very, very well. And if this does bounce like it is, it's actually getting a very, very nice bounce. It's a great long position. This long position, as you can speculate that this is a corrective move right now that is happening during the last few days. Let's zoom out. Right, having issue here. It's not loading. The charts are not loading. Let's load the chart here. How you could manage risk here very nicely is if you do, let's clean the chart here a little bit. This long position, I would take it as a kind of a swing long position, because on the lower time frames, we know that this is big support. You got the lower high resistance trend line that is holding very nicely. You got the high volume node from Friday. This was the bouncing zone. On the lower time frames, we did create that double bottom. It's really what we want to see. Double bottoms, triple bottoms. That gives us a great long entry. And I would take this as a swing long. If this is going to bounce here and we're not going to test the lows, I would be speculating on swing long trades, low leverage, low capital, because if this does bounce, it's going to bounce pretty heavily, and it could be getting above $65,000 and even $67,000 in the next couple of days. And you just need to risk 1% potentially here, and this kind of swing trade could get you a 6, 7, 8x, right? More than your stop loss, right? You're risking 1% here to possibly gain 6, 7% in just a matter of a few days, because you are at support. And I wouldn't go too crazy. A lot of people go crazy with leverage and with a huge amount of capital. And I think I would take this as a chilled long position, obviously at lower levels, at that local double bottom. And if it holds, it holds. And if it comes back down here in the coming hours, I would speculate on another possible double bottom. If it double bottoms from the lows of today, I would still speculate on this possible long trading setup. And on the other side, If it does move down and it breaks down, then obviously we're looking for a larger corrective move. But so far it is bouncing pretty nicely. We're getting a pretty nice bounce during the last hour here. If we do reclaim $63,000, it's going to be looking very good for the price of Bitcoin. It might get a bit of volatility here, but I would be expecting the value area low of this range to maintain as support, just like we did here on Monday. We got that volatility right there. We got the volatility here, and no doubt a bit of volatility beneath $63,000 is acceptable. But if we were to get that choppiness, would be speculating on the price to actually move higher or jump into long positions here as well. If it does get very punchy, and there'll be great volume strategy scenarios here to come all the way above $64,300. So it's looking okay. This is still technically a lower high. I wouldn't mind jumping into some longs once we see a big sign of strength above $63,000 legends. Smash up the like, says Cryptic. Thank you very much, my man. Very much appreciated. Make sure to destroy the like button, guys, if you do enjoy the content. So sign of strength, getting above 63K. It will be looking pretty good for the price to continue to the upside. And this was not a bad decision to get into a long. You got a double bottom. We love double bottoms, guys. Double bottoms is the bomb diggity, right? It's the bomb diggity of trading. You hit a low, bang, you recover, you got your long setup right there. You can manage risk very well. Look at the bounce here. Double bottoms is where we want to enter. Of course, you got one right there. So you move down, you come back up, you get a recovery. This recovery, you're defensive. It's getting choppy. You move back down. It's the best way for me to speculate on a reversal with great risk management. Test the lows, fail to break down. You jump into a long, and you can be very defensive. Bye, says Gabrielle. Would remain still a little bit patient. Would not FOMO in here. Me personally, I would not FOMO into this pump. Personally, we're probably having volume strategy here playing out very nicely. We're having the classic staircase on volume strategy here, and we're not focusing, guys. Of course, I cannot focus when I'm taking a look at altcoins and different news and projects and comments. It was not the greatest volume strategy, but overall, you get the deal, right? We've got the staircase right there. Not very nice high volume. You do have a very nice high volume right there, but you got the classic resistance support flip right there. Just the classic technical analysis, price action, follow the trend where the volume is leading you. This is looking at the lower time frames, of course. Looking at the lower time frames. Now volume is we're losing a bit of momentum with the volume, but you get the deal, right? Just it's really kind of as simple as this, where you do have move to the upside, retracement. You got a bit of volume. Would have been nice to see a higher spike in volume right there. You get the breakout from the local resistance point. You're retracing back down to the high volume zone resistance, which is right over here. And you're bouncing back up to test the highs. These are small little moves of $200. When you're scalping with high leverage, you know, this is the easiest way. This is classic textbook resistance support flip. And you're following the volume. You're following the volume on lower time frames. So this is a good entry, good exit, right? That's it. Then you look for, this is not very successful move right there. You want to see the breakthrough here with high volume now. And if that were to happen, I mean, this is a higher time frame level of resistance. So I would be a little bit cautious on this volume strategy right there, because you're hitting the weekly level, previous day value area high. And this could be the topping range, and you're going to get a big pullback, right? You don't want to be the last one trying to long the volume strategy, especially when you're hitting a higher time frame level of resistance, right? When we zoom out on the 15-minute time frame, you know that you're hitting a higher time frame resistance zone at 63k. So you don't want to be long in here as you are hitting higher time frame resistance, which is that value area low of this entire range of the last few days, right? Really need to be careful. Always take higher time frame levels into consideration when you're looking at lower time frames, right? This is what I always do when I'm scalping the 1 minute time frame. I always zoom out to the 15 minute, to the 1 hourly time frame, and analyze if it is a higher time frame level of resistance. It's what we need to do always. It looks like a rising wedge on the 1 minute. Yeah. Hey, Andy, is there somewhere I can reach out about a potential collaboration? Says Hannah. Yeah. Go on the Telegram, join the Telegram, and you can send me a DM. The Telegram is down below in the description. Okay. So you can scroll down and join the Telegram and send me a DM if you wish, or to Discord. You can join the Discord as well. And once you join the Discord, the Legends community, you got the free Discord. You can just search me and send me a DM, and that is basically it. So, Andy, please check DOT for me. Absolutely, why not? Sanad, Bitcoin Billionaire, can you take a look at Aero, please? Okay, oof, a lot of altcoins here, guys. I am trying to go through most of the comment sections. Someone's saying, do a live trade, show them. Well, it's if the opportunity comes, I would just be focusing on Bitcoin. If the opportunity does come, then obviously I would. But volume strategy, like I said, you can see it on the chart. It happens. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. Okay, we've showed multiple examples on volume strategy, and it plays out. It just plays out. I've shared the example. No need to go on a live trade. If we do get a breakthrough here, like I said, we'll be hitting higher time frame resistance zones. It was actually a quick, good long scalp right there, based on volume strategy. I mean, I would have preferred higher volume here, to be honest. If this would have been high volume right there at this peak, it would have been classic. Just classic. Resistance, support, flip, bang, bang, test the highs, you're out. But you need to take profit at the highs, because then this might do this right now. And then it's like, oh, you need to take profit at the highs, especially when you're forming this choppiness. You don't know if this is going to continue up. It doesn't look like it wants to do so, at least right now. So you need to be very strict with your strategy. Let's take a look at which was the crypto Polkadot. Let's take a look at Polkadot right away here for one of the guys in the community. What is Polkadot saying? Is Polkadot going to manage to get a rally from this point? Beautiful swing failure pattern on Polkadot. Just, well, this was a few weeks ago on the daily chart. Very nice bounce from testing the lows right there. So a test of the lows, you recover from the lows, you hop into a long trade right there. Got a really nice recovery here on Polkadot. Polkadot right now, it is a bit of a double bottom. We do have a bit of a double bottom here looking at the daily chart. If we do get a solid breakthrough here, I do see Polkadot getting a nice recovery. It is a double bottom scenario right there. If we do reclaim this level with a solid breakout on the 4 hourly, it's going to be looking good to start claiming these lower highs right there. Would expect continuation to the upside if we get a solid 4 hourly candle breakthrough here and close above these highs from the last couple of weeks. It will be looking like a solid double bottom. Would be looking for that continuation to the upside right there. Many altcoins are actually dead, says 𝗲𝗂𝘂𝗫. Yeah, a lot of altcoins, not looking too great. A lot of altcoins have been getting a huge, massive corrective move the last few weeks compared to Bitcoin. If we take a look at Bitcoin from the highs to the actual price action where we are right now, it's a 15% drop. When we take a look at Polkadot, for example, which is a solid mid-cap coin, okay, blockchain project, from the highs here that we created in March, it is down from over 40%. So Bitcoin down 15%, Polkadot 40%. A lot of the, and many other altcoins are even lower from the March highs, like 50, 60%. I'm long from the SFP on Polkadot, says Sanad. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, no doubt that this low right over here, as we tested it a few weeks ago, was the long trade to be in. Stop loss here beneath the low and look for that recovery right now. This might play out very nicely. If we do break that high here, you got a double bottom, you would be looking for that rise to start looking to hit these lower high levels. Okay, would be looking pretty good on Polkadot for continuation to the upside. Only if we do get above $7.50, close a nice 4-hourly candle above this level, it will be looking pretty good for price to continue to the upside. AI season coming, says 𝗬cie𝗺𝗺𝘃. 50% likes, guys. Guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure to scroll down, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, because we are doing updates and lives every single day. Maybe not too much on the weekend, but we are very consistent here with the analysis and live streams. Guys, not much more has to be said. My plan, I am looking to trade Bitcoin. Okay, my plan, I don't see this as a sign of strength just yet. Being honest, I don't see it as a sign of strength. We're still in a downtrend. This was a bit of a relief pump, bit of a relief. It looks like a little bit of a short squeeze. A sign of strength would be getting solidly above $63,000. If that happens, this is going to be looking pretty good. I would be expecting the price to get to $64,000 and even $65,000 in between today and tomorrow. That is if we do get above there very solidly. We could swing failure pattern, of course, from the local highs of today. We could test it, come back down. This will not be looking too great if this were to happen. I want a solid move here. Then this will be looking pretty good for continuation to the upside. If we come back down to test the lows of today at 61,700, I would speculate on a possible double bottom, failed auction again, right? If we do come down and recover, I would look to jump into a possible long position. And if it solidly breaks down, I would remain patient to see how the price moves to the downside. And I would have to basically wait for a range, wait for a support, because this level, if lost, it's not going to be looking too great. We got a big move right there, and it could get a volatile move down. Okay, so I would remain patient till we find some support and form a little bit of a range. Once we form that range, then we can analyze very carefully where are the good possible trading setups. Legends, thank you very much for joining the stream. Remember, you have incredible bonuses on the exchanges. Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform. And for no KYC, you got bluffing or 𝗬cie, okay, with a great bonus to trade Bitcoin and many other altcoins. Legends, thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you in the next one.